Sir,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Good
Pavani ma'am,
morning
we
to
can go ahead.
everybody. Yes, sir. Good morning to everybody. I'm Dr. T.P. Bhavani, Head of the Department of Chemistry. Respected guest, Dr. Anita Sharma, DHRMS, and Jamal, Founder CEO, Respected Secretary, Right O. JAIN, Respected Management, Respected Principal, Dr. N. Sujata, dear colleagues, participants, and my dear friends, very good morning to one and all present here. It's gives me a great pleasure to welcome you all. The primary goal of this webinar is to be inspire the students to pursue their goal in life by highlighting their interest, enjoyment, or learning satisfaction in a various profession. I'm pleased to report that the webinar held over the last 5 days was success. And I am even more blessed to note that the visitors were excellent speakers. First of all, I thank you for your interest in learning about the prospects in these sessions by participating in the online session hosted by Weekend Institute, the 2023 International Virtual Chemistry Seminar. I'm delighted to have Dr. Anita Sharma, BHMS, Mumbai, our special guest today. She is a career counselor, performance coach for competitive students for professionals, integrated holistic health practitioner, certified clinic hypotherapist, body mind program, and life coach, Mumbai, India, Maharashtra. I'm happy to welcome, and also I'm happy to welcome second guest, Jamal, founder CEO, SHREE Eureka winner, Asian biggest bee water competition, Institute of Chemical Technology, Halwani, and Uttarakhand, India. I'm excited to share the topic presentation for today's webinar, Green and Sustainable Chemistry in Moving in our Industrial Roundtable. Once again, all the participants, a warm welcome to everyone, and I hope all of you enjoy the session. Have a good day. I have handed over the session to Principal Madam Dr. N. Sujata. Thank you for joining us. Ma'am, please.
thank you, Dr. Bhavani, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
To present here in this 5 days virtual international seminar organized by the chemistry department. For all the 5 days, the various eminent personalities are addressing the various students. The college now uh, celebrating the 25th year. So in this moment, so we are also stepping into the NAC accreditation process. So I am very much honored to welcome all the resource persons in this moment for sharing their enriched knowledge to the students, and through this the students will get benefit out of it, as well as the college also will be honored to welcome everyone in this moment. I congratulate Dr. Bhavani ma'am for taking initiative, even though the attraction towards nowadays the pure science is very less with regard to the children's admission. So even though very with the limited students, the department is well organized international webinar in this moment, as well as I congratulate all the faculty members who are all supported along with the team. Once again, I welcome Dr. Anita Sharma, who is going to present the vibrant topic career opportunities in this session. Once again, I welcome you, ma'am. I thank all the people who are all watching online and benefit out of this on behalf of our CHANDRAPRABHU JAIN College. I am Dr. Sujata, the principal in charge, signing off. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. I have invited Mrs. Asha Devi, ma'am. Give intro of our today blessed guest. Ma'am, please.
Good morning, ma'am, and good morning, everyone. It's my honor to introduce our chief guest and charming Dr. Anita Sharma. She is the professor of academic and mental health for the students. She has excelled in various healing modalities for the like and NLP, body mind programming, hypothesis, chakra healing, and radical healing, EFT, emotional intelligence, graphology, and mindfulness and affirmations. We are very happy to invite you, ma'am. She is an excellent mentor to mentoring the entrepreneurship, head of institutions, CEOs, and HODs to achieve their targets. She is a backbone of those people. She is a sculpture because she is shaping a molding and student's future. She has been associated with Asta Homeo Clinic and Kent Homo Clinic from 1994 and 1999. We are happy to invite you, ma'am, and thank you so much for being with us. Now, I would request our chief guest to address our audience. Welcome you, ma'am.
Hello, am I audible?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Audible. Audible, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Please proceed, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Namaste to all. A very, very good morning. I'm Dr. Anita Sharma, and I just thank this prestigious organization and Sujata ma'am, Dr. Bhavani, and all the faculty members, and congratulate them on this lecture. Thank you so much for inviting me. So, I am, can I just, is the presentation visible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Visible. Please proceed, ma'am.
Okay. So as already mentioned, I'll just take a moment to just briefly introduce who I am and what I'm doing and why I'm doing. So I have your permission to do that. And why I am maybe the right person to guide you, because I have been in this field of education and medicine for over 28 years now. I have been practicing as a homeopathic physician in Kota, Rajasthan for over 18, 19 years. I was practicing there. There, as you know, in Kota, it is a hub for education, and students from across India would flock there to pursue their dreams for JEE or NEET preparations. So lakhs of students would come every year, and we had to be their friend, philosopher, guide, mentor, coach, everything for them. I learned a lot from all these students. And I want to share all these learnings, all those students who aspired for the most elite and most difficult exams of the world, actually. NEET and JEE have been there. So let me take you through this journey and understand the whole process of career guidance in your respective areas also, and in general also. I'll be open to your questions and suggestions. So feel free if you have any doubts or queries. I have also been dealing with performance enhancement for students, because that's the most important thing. But we have to understand that we all are unique in our own traits. We have our own styles, our skill sets, our strength areas, and we have to take decisions based on many things. I will be sharing so many important pointers here which will help you to understand the road ahead, understand the big picture of it. Because until and unless you have the big picture, how will you do the micro detailing of this journey of yours, this part of yours? There should be some criterias for you to decide where to move on, in which direction. So I'll be sharing many things. Now, with Google Baba's invention and with WhatsApp University, most of the students and the teachers also, they know that what you have to do. What are the options? My role is to make them aware what is the right option for you and how you can choose that. Hope it makes sense. So I'll be not only sharing the details which are available but also my experience also, so that it helps you to understand yourselves and your journey better and take more informed decisions. Because if you're not able to take decisions, if you're not informed, you will not be able to take the right decisions. And it happens with most of the students कि, oh yaar, if I knew before, I would have done this. If somebody would have told me before, I would have taken this step or this choice. So today, let us have an open mind and go through all this process of understanding yourself. What are your strength areas, your personality trait, and many more things about yourself also, and about the market also, about different career options also. I hope this helps you, and I will be very glad to share this journey with you. So just let's begin with this journey. So most of the students, I am told by Sujata ma'am, that you are all UG students from various science fraternities and maybe maths also. So today's topic was green chemistry, right? So let me begin this process of understanding what is chemistry and what is green chemistry, what is biotechnology. I know you are all students of these, so you already are very much aware of this. Let me put my pointers also in your knowledge. Chemistry is the base of life, right? And it affects anything and everything. Now you would be wondering, how does it affect all the spheres? In fact, our mind, our body is a chemical factory on its own only. Forget about the external. We are talking of the internal body. That is also full of chemistry only. You know, Munna Bhai saying there is a chemical locha here. So it's all chemical only. It's all chemistry. The hormones, the enzymes, the proteins, the food that we take, everything is chemistry. And when this chemistry is associated with bio, that is living, it becomes biochemistry. And when this is attached with technology, it becomes biotechnology, right? So we have to understand from the very basics so that we can fly higher, reach higher. So chemistry plays a very, very important role in most of the industries. The most prominent 7 industries are the food, pharma, textiles, dyes, organic, and chemistry per se. You must be knowing because you are chemistry students, right? What is green chemistry and what is sustainable chemistry? It's the design and development and implementation of the chemical processes by which we are able to minimize the negative impact on the environment and the human health. That's the purpose of introducing this concept of green chemistry or sustainable chemistry, so that we are able to minimize the things. So developing different processes, designing different products and processes, so that we are able to achieve those targets. Here, the focus is mostly on renewables resources, because what's happening is that we will be depleting most of the bioresources, biofuels, the fossil fuels that we have. So what next then? So we'll have to start focusing on the renewable resources or the green resources, so that we can carry on with the increasing population also and with the depleting resources also. So it is focusing on renewable resources, the green solvents, sustainable manufacturing processes, because all the companies, when they are producing, they are following certain manufacturing processes. They are creating certain products or goods. So for all these things, there has to be something which binds them or which brings them back to renewable. Let's understand in some more details. So in green chemistry, you are UG students and you will be looking out for options What next? What can we do after we have done this? So let me take you through this journey of understanding what are the different options which are available in this domain, specifically green chemistry. So obviously, when you're talking of PG, it is always the masters in green chemistry. So what do they do? Always understand not only the degree, but also understand what is the job profile. Now, what do you mean by job profile of this person, of this course? Is what do these people actually do when they are in this post, when they are doing this course? What do they actually do? Whom do they deal with on a regular daily basis? What is their job profile? Meaning, you have to understand anything and everything about whatever they are doing on a daily basis throughout the life, maybe around 10, 20 years, 30 years or so. So take it from that perspective. So what the green chemist does is they are doing and they are responsible for the research and development, quality control, and the regulatory affairs. Right? Next is environmental analyst. They are responsible to assess, to analyze, to study the impact of these processes which the factories or the industries are doing. So what is the impact of these processes on the products and the products on the earth or the environment or the human body? Next is sustainable manufacturing specialist. So, as the name suggests, they are responsible for things which are sustainable, where they are focusing mainly on reducing the waste and the energy consumption. So, how we can minimize these things? Their main focus is there. Next is product stewardship manager. What do these people do? These people develop strategies for the products which are sustainable. They design those products. They take care the compliance of these products, the processes with the environment. How much is it regulated? So they are responsible for managing the compliance of the industries, of the factories, and of the products also. How eco-friendly or sustainable these products are. Chemical engineering is also very, very important because it covers almost everything in and out, almost all the industries it touches. We will be going in details about this also. Material science. Material science deals with all the different types of materials which are produced, which are synthetically created in labs, right? Next is analytical chemists. They are working in the food, pharma, environment testing, all these where analysis is required. So they work in different sectors, in different spheres where a lot of analysis is required because it helps the governments to prepare the laws accordingly, the bylaws accordingly. So a lot of research in this sector is very, very relevant for the future plannings of the government also, of the nation also, of industries also. Some more options: biotech research scientist. They are responsible for introducing, for inventing, for discovering new biotech products like drugs, new vaccines. So as the newer organisms, lab created organisms are put into the environment, we have to be ready for newer vaccines, for newer drugs also. And that is possible by going to the minute details, to the atomic level, to the genetic level. So genetic engineering, then artificial blood brain membranes they are creating, and it is helping giving new life to people who have lost hope. artificial cornea testing. So these are some beautiful biotech products which have already been created and much more to come. So if you are interested in this field, this option is a must take for you. Quality control analyst. So again, as the name suggests, they are responsible for always focusing on the quality of the products which are created by the industries. Patent lawyers. What do? They are experts in law. And how to secure this law, how to secure the industries, the manufacturers, the discoverers, the scientists, how to save them from the law so that they are protected. The intellectual properties are taken care of. So these lawyers are experts in intellectual property, in creating the patents also. Science writers. So when you are qualified in any of the science streams, and if you are interested in the literary part of it, you can as well think of this option. And because you are not interested in doing the research part, every person has different traits, so we are discussing so many different job options based on the traits and the personality of the person also. So take it from that perspective. Then regulatory affairs specialist. So what they are doing, again, as the name suggests, they are responsible for regulations, right? So they are midway between the government also and also the factories and the manufacturers also. Sales representatives. So once the product is created, once the designing is done, once the manufacturing is done, it is very important to do the sales also. And not anybody can understand the product as a science person. So you can, if you are a person who has good communication skills, who has good vocabulary, who is an extrovert, wants to go out, meet with people, interpersonal skills are very good, communication skills are good, the linguist trait is good, so then you can also think of sales representative in this fraternity. Then there is next, which is forensic scientists. What are they doing? They are dealing with the data at the crime scenes, how you can use the information and the data which is available on the crime scene to reach to some conclusions, what processes you can define, what are the chemical reactions that can be done, what are the enzymes which can be used. So more and more inventions in this field which can help investigate that crime or that um, process which has happened. So forensic scientists are, these people are very investigative. They are very focused people. They are just not bothered about the world. They are just focused in their own focus, in their own mind space. Medical lab scientists. So again, they are the people who are responsible for the lab and the management part of it, being a part of the inventions, the scientists, the research part, and also managing the labs, right? Taking care of different apparatus, the different guidelines to be given to the associates, to the people working there. So this is also an option. Environment scientist. So as we are talking about the green chemistry, it's all related and woven around the environment only. How it is affecting, how much you can take from it, what are you giving back, how you can save, how you can grow. So everything and anything about the environment when you are studying. And if you are a naturalist, if you like to be with nature, if you like to, if you are very pro for saving earth and saving the environment, this is a very good opportunity where you are living with your passion, right? Bioprocess engineer. Again, the bioproducts So bioprocess engineers, they deal with two types of levels, the upstream and the downstream. The upstream is where the tissue engineering happens, regeneration, gene technology, modifying peptides, like all the things where you are upstreaming, where you are creating something from a nano thing to that product or to that organ, right? Then comes the downstream. What is downstream? Here, where you are focusing on taking some plant extracts, isolating them, purifying them, characterizing them, and going into the minute details of this. This is the downstream, right? So bioprocess engineering involves both the things, upstream and downstream, and you can specialize into any of these. Biotechnology, again, that is very important. It plays a crucial role in developing vaccines, biofuels, enzymes, peptide synthesis, and much more. All the bioprocesses that are happening, biotechnology is helping them to do it artificially. How we can do it, that if the people are not able to do that, how we can transfer this to the lab, right? Regulatory compliance specialist. So products we have to meet the regulatory requirements for the safety, efficacy, the quality, everything has to be taken into consideration, and the regulatory specialist is responsible for that. And these services can be used in pharma companies, medical devices, consumer products, right? Then, of course, very important, science educators, schools, colleges, museums, science centers, everybody would be very eager, because there is a huge demand for educationists today, as of today, right? So more options. Again, we have always been talking about the personality traits. So if your personality includes creative thinking, problem solving, analysis, interpersonal skills, good communication skills, if you are a systematic, organized person, you can as well think of being an entrepreneur to develop products, processes, and technology. You can be an entrepreneur in the field of biodegradable substances, in the field of biotechnology, in the field of green chemistry, right? Patent agents. Again, you should be having a good knowledge and good information about the law also, and also of the medical side also. So intellectual property law is very integral part of this patent agent. You should have good communication skills and attention to the detailing of each and everything, because it goes into huge details. Because when a patent is given to a particular product or a process or an industry, it has to be meticulously taken care of with each and every detail. They are responsible for drafting, filling the patent application work with the clients to protect the intellectual property. So if you are a person who is very well oriented in the law, also interested in the law with communication skills, definitely you can think of this option. Data analyst. Again, this is a very huge area where science can be one of the things where you are dealing with your own sphere, and analysis has always to be your forte, where you are able to analyze the data which is spread over, which is given to you. So if you have that knack of it, of analyzing things, of going through the data, going through the graphs, the Excel sheets, and then analyzing and properly organizing and systematically arranging it and all that stuff, so data analyst is definitely your thing. Technical sales specialist. So these are people, again, they are selling, but selling the technical products, providing the technical support and the guidance. So this can also be thought of if you have those traits. Again, some more personality traits and science stream options. Medical science liaison, building relations with healthcare professionals, providing scientific technical information about the drugs, about the medical devices. They have to bridge the gap between the manufacturer and the user and the consumer. So healthcare, so people who are again good with communication skills, and those who don't want to do that focused wala research and investigation part, they are more of outgoing, they want to meet people, interact with them, then you can think of these types of options where you are going out and using this knowledge, this information as your backdrop, and then taking the plunge ahead. Research and development scientist, so these are the ones who are, absolutely focused people, the intrapersonal types of people. So these are the ones who want to do some research. So these are the traits of those people. So if you have these things, if you are interested in that investigative types, a focused person, then research and development is definitely there. Lab managers, organizational skills, overseeing the lab procedures, maintaining the equipments, compliance, safety, because these things will always be there. Their demand will never perish, right? So we can think of these options as evergreen options. So as we are going through all this, I will be just summarizing what are the areas in which you can do some PG courses. So different courses where you can think of. So these are, I have listed some of the options where the scopes are very good. So food engineering and technology, you can do masters in these things. Chemical engineering, the dye industry, dye stuff technology, fiber and textile processing technology. There are different types of fibers which are created to cater to different types of needs. And nowadays there are humongous number of different types of fibers which are available for different types of needs and requirements in the market. Like if I may just give you example of like there are materials which are fireproof, waterproof, so these are created. This is not naturally found, these are created. And if you have the knack of working in these areas, you can definitely think of fiber and textile processing. Pharmaceutical chemistry and technology, again this deals with more of medicine production. So pharma companies dealing with medicines and their production. Pharmaceutics, here we are taking care of the nutraceuticals also, right? So nutraceuticals, nutritional supplements, that is very, very important part in this area. Also nowadays, more so natural products, organic products are in boom. So medicinal natural products, this is also a field where you can think of if you are interested in this area. So again, your interest area, your personality type, it all summarizes, and then you should make those choices, and then you should then go for getting those marks which are required, the percentage that is required for these fields, right? So if you are focused, if you want these branches, you should have those marks which will make you eligible for these courses. Beggars can't be choosers. So if you want to choose, you should not be a beggar, you should be a commander. You should command that yes, I have these marks and I want this field. Otherwise you will have to be like, okay, whatever I am getting, whatever is available, I'll have to take that, right? So you have to make this choice, and hence start preparing for your exams based on this, that do you want to choose what you want really, or just be satisfied that whatever is available, I will have to take from this, I will have to compromise on this, right? So it is very, very important for you, and that's why this whole process is going on, to understand what are the different options. Then the other thing is oils. oleochemicals, surfactant technology. So a lot of different types of oils are created, are developed, are manufactured. If you are interested in this field, definitely you can think about these options. Polymer engineering and technology. Again, polymers. Some more courses, the surface coating technology, again the paint industry or the coatings which are done for different types of furnitures, for decors, right? So surface coating technology, again here also it is very very important, like fireproof, waterproof. So we get different types of coatings for clothing also, for furnitures also, for walls also, for different types of surfaces, right? Plastic engineering, different types of plastics which are created for different types of needs. Perfumery, this is a beautiful field and not many people go for this. So you should have that knack and that olfactory sensation. Your senses have to be optimum in this area. So again, it all depends on your personality traits. And then flavor technology, tasting. Wine tasters are given the highest packages. There are people who are sleep specialists. They take care of the things which are responsible for a good sleep. So the options and the career choices which you have are just immense. The different types of perfumes for different types of activities. So if you need it for just relaxation, if you need to be just peppy, if you need to be intimate, if you need to be more vibrant, so there are different types of perfumes taking care of different types of needs also. So depends on you if you are interested in this, and if you have that olfaction or that taste sensation, right? Bioprocess technology. So we have discussed this bioprocess field, where they are creating the blood brain membranes, the artificial retina. There are so many things which are happening here. Food biotechnology, again all the processes which are involved in manufacturing, in preserving. So all the preservatives that are used in the food, in the manufacturing of the food, to increase their shelf lives and taking care of their quality also at the same time. So if you are interested in this area, food biotechnology has a huge scope, because man will always be eating, right? So this will never go off the chart. Green technology, this is very very important, because this is the way ahead. We will be depleting our resources, so green technology is the need of the hour. Textile chemistry, engineering mathematics, physics, material science, pharmaceutical biotechnology, right? So we have gone through some of the areas based on the personality type of a person. So different types of personality traits, different types of characteristics can go for these types of options. So if you are a research oriented person, an investigative person, a focused person, not so very much go an outward person. So the options which are here listed are drug discovery and development, inventing new drugs for different types of diseases or processes or vaccines. Biochemistry and molecular biology, where they are dealing with modifying, restructuring the proteins, the nucleic acids, the biological molecules, going more and more deeper and more intricate and more biocellular level. Because now in the healing also it is happening at the cellular level. Biocellular healing is happening. And similarly, biocellular genetics is also happening. It happens at that minute level. So you have to be able to impact at that level. And that's where the magic also happens. Environment science, the impact of pollution, the climate change, the environmental stressors on the ecosystem and the human health. So if that is your forte, if you are a naturalist type of a person and the environment always calls you, the nature always calls you, and you want to serve in that area and work in that area, so environmental science and a research area or a PG course in that will help you. Material science and nanotechnology. Again, nanotechnology is the thing of this time and of the future also. Developing new materials with unique strengths. So industries and people will need different types of materials to improve the strength for maybe conductivity, reactivity, that can be applied in electronics also. So if you have a knack for physics, you can think of these options. If you have a knack for bio, you can go for medicine. If you have a knack for environment, the botany part of it, then you can go into the energy field, energy nanotechnology. So again, based on your interest areas, you will have to be open to different types of suggestions. Do lots of research before making choices. Your choices should be informed choices. So I'm sharing so many different options based on so many different things so that you are becoming aware of what are the options available. And then you start researching on each and every trait which excites you. And then give it some time, sleep over it, do discussions, and then make informed decisions. So, some more fields in research: biotechnology and synthetic biology. Here, what is happening is engineering cells, engineering organisms, the biological systems to produce biofuels, to synthesize new drugs. Latest research that people have been investigating and discovering and working on this research of how artificial womb can be created. This is creating a buzz in the industry right now, especially in the field of infertility, right, and maternal health. So this is creating boom. So there are so many new inventions, new discoveries which are happening, which can help so many patients which are just waiting. So, if you have that knack for research and investigation, think of the options where you can be serving humanity, serving this environment, and reaching your higher purposes of life also by default. Analytical chemistry, new method for detecting and measuring chemicals in complex mixtures as food, water, or biological samples. So how you can analyze. So again, in analysis also, that is in investigative and diagnosis of different types of diseases or different types of abnormalities, or also in forensics also. So again, the analysis plays a very very important role. So whatever biological samples that you are getting, how you can analyze, how you can grade it, how you can get more out of this sample that you have got, right? So if you have that knack, if you have that trait, like Karamchand types, okay, you are the millennials, so you may not be knowing that Karamchand, but then James Bond types. So if you have that traits, so you will definitely be interested in this. And of course, genomics and nanotechnology, beautiful scope. So if you are a research oriented person, genomics is the thing which is in huge demand, and nanotechnology, where everything is going nano, as the name suggests, perfume industry. So again, that's very very important. So coming to the basic thing, after understanding all these different types of career options, I hope there must have been some bulb on moments for you, right? Something new which you have understood more than the Google Baba is giving you. Okay, so since I'm not getting any revert, so I will just move on. So understanding yourself is very, very important. What should be the criteria to choose the options? I have discussed so many things. So, if you have this style, you should take up this. If you have this personality trait, so you should take up this. So, what are we actually discussing? I want you students to understand first, make a list of all these things, and then based on this report, choose the career option accordingly. I will just give you a brief about what can be the criterias. First, understand your learning style or the communication style that you have. Is it more of visual? Visual meaning you are more affected by, influenced by, taken away by, more attentive towards visual impulses, the diagrams, the drawings, the colors, the flow charts, whatever you are observing and seeing, the visual interpretation of things. So, if you are more of that visual person, you should definitely choose options which are more of visual thing, like more that you are seeing and observing and analyzing, right? Next is auditory. So if your learning style or the communication style is more of auditory, that is more of hearing whatever you hear. So then in sound, in the areas where auditory impulses or influences are more and more important, like in the industry or in the area where you have to speak a lot or listen a lot, observe a lot. So these are auditory learners. Kinesthetic is where you are more prone to feelings and um, doing something hands on, right? So what are your learning style and communication style? Understand that. So whether you are visual, auditory, or kinesthetic, you may be one or you may be more, but there is something which is predominant, right? So just try to analyze this for yourselves. What is your personality type? You are more of an interpersonal meaning dealing with people, going out of the way to communicate, to express yourself, to deal with people. So interpersonal skills, or more of an intrapersonal, being more focused, more research oriented, more analytical type of a person. So intrapersonal traits. Work management style. What is your work management style like? So we usually do this RISAC understanding. This is a type of investigation that we do, that which work front, working style is suitable for you. So if you are a realistic meaning a hands on person, investigative, a research oriented person, artistic meaning thinking out of box, having new ideas, new inventions, ready to take risks, ready to move on, not into the box, out of box thinking. Social meaning dealing with people, communicating with people, going out. Enterprising meaning management skills, organizational skills, entrepreneurship skills. So these are enterprising traits. And conventional meaning like the traditional type, like you yes boss types, that you are just okay with getting the job done. You don't want to use much more brains, you just want to get the jobs done. Okay, whatever is assigned to me, I am ready to do that. So based on your aptitude testing and all that stuff, we understand that what is your work management style. Then make a list of the market trends. Now, a very important fact here, when you are making the choice of the stream or the course that you want to do, the job profile that you want to pursue, you have to understand you are not doing this choice for today. You are making this choice for at least 3 to 5 years hence. And as the market trends are changing so rapidly, as the new inventions, new technology, new discoveries are made in this area, so the market trends are happening very, 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 very rapidly. which was very slow in the primitive times. So you have to be well versed what will be relevant 3 years, 5 years down the line. The family profile is also to be considered, whether you will be ready to give what it takes to continue this job, right? Then the job profile meaning that what does this job demand of you as a person whom you will be dealing with. Because I believe very, very strongly that you should do what you love. The reason for me to pursue career counseling is this, because whenever I would do healing sessions or body mind programming sessions for corporates and professionals, I realized that the most important factor for the stress was not the competition or the deadlines. The stressor is mostly because I have to become somebody else to do this job. This is not me. I am not able to relate to what I do at my job or in my career. I have to become somebody else. And hence the stress, and hence most of the psychosomatic diseases that are happening to people, which is more than 85% of the diseases that happen. Lifestyle related, job related, profession related issues which happen, which uh, keep on piling up, and that later on, first you are uneasy and then you are diseased, right? So you have to understand what is this job profile and then make those choices and then work for it also. It will not be easy, so you have to work for it also. This is my contact detail. I don't know if I can share it. If no, I can just move on with this. So that's all from my side. I think I've taken care of the clock, and I am happy if to answer the questions if there are any. Thank you so much. Let me know if there are any questions.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Lisa. Or if anyone wants, sorry, if anyone query, you send a question.
So, hello.
Ma'am, please wait. Students are typing, ma'am. Please. Ma'am, one of the third BSc chemistry students asking how to improve the personality skill, ma'am, about in your interview.
Sorry, I didn't get the question. Please repeat.
How to improve the personality skills in your interview session.
Yes, this is so very important, because see, I have been dealing with the competitive aspirants for over 28 years. I have been dealing with them. I have dealt with so many IIT aspirants, students who were excellent at studies, academics, but they failed to impress the campus placement people. They fail to impress them. They are the toppers. And sometimes it happens that the tail enders are selected because of their personality, and the toppers are not selected. You know why this happens? Because, as we discussed right now, each industry has different requirements. So that's what I want to emphasize. You have to focus on what is your strength area and take the decisions accordingly. Now, if we are talking of how to improve the interview and the performance at the interview, it is very, very important that you work on your communication skills. And for that, what you can do, a easy tip that I can share here is start recording your videos of your interview meaning your bio, personal bio, like whatever most frequently asked questions in the interviews, you have a list of all these things. So just go through them, and what is your answer, start preparing, make a video, and then see yourself, observe yourself, make notes of what are you doing in that interview, what all things to do and not to do. See others interviews. Abhi, nowadays YouTube has everything. You just have to type what you want and you have the videos, you have the lectures, everything. But you should know what you want, na? So that's where the drill happens. You have to focus how to improve confidence. How will you be able to improve confidence, or how can a person become confident is when you are accepting yourself as you are. Is it making sense to you? So when you are okay with yourself, why is the person not confident? Because the person is not okay with who the person is. So you have to learn to accept yourself and then improve yourself. Students are usually trying to improve yourself, but they don't want to accept what they are. First, accept this is that level, and then move on. Then go to the next level. I'll give you an easy example. Like, when we use this Ola, Uber types apps, na? So what happens? You type the destination where you want to go, but it will not give you the way until you type where you are. What is your location? Isn't it? So you have to first know where you are. Then you can go where you want. Students and professionals, they are so very preoccupied with where to go, where to reach, what I want, what to do. They forget where you are. First, be in the now. First, understand what are your traits, what is your strength area. Use that strength area. Focus on the strength. Most of the times, actually, it is not the fault of the students also. It is there in our education system. We are trained to focus on the mistakes, to focus on the failures, to focus on the shortcomings, things which we don't know. We are always focusing there. I want you to change that mindset and focus on your strength areas and channelize that strength area. One person cannot be everything. So don't try to be that. You focus on what is your strength area and work on that. And how can you channelize that? I hope this helps. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Second one, making the questions. How to face the interview without fear?
Yes. So almost similar, but I will speak on this. Yeah. So understand. Okay. So when we talk of how to overcome fear, I want you to sit down with a paper and pen, right? And write down. I am scared of dash. What is my fear? Face the fear. Most of the times, I just don't know what I'm scared of. Right? So focus on what are you scared of. I am scared of dash. Once you have written this, explain this. What happens to you when you are scared? This. What if I do not succeed? Most of the times it is I'm scared of failure. Most of the times. So what if I don't succeed? What if I fail? What are the things, what are the consequences of this failure? Make a list of all the consequences, from the most minor chinty-minty things to the most grave and serious consequences. Make a list of all the consequences that can happen because of this failure. Once you have listed this, most of the times what happens is, I'm scared of failure because I will not get a job. Most of the times it is, I'm scared of failure because then what will happen to my studies, or what will happen to my family, or how will I earn, right? Or some or the other things. So again, write down what scares you the most, face it, and then write according to you what can be the solution of it. And then when you will see the whole list of what are the issues, what are the consequences, and what is the solution, you have a list of it. And when you see to it, see the whole list, you will be able to realize that, I was scared of this. I have a solution ready for this also. So I will work on that solution. Focus on the solution part of it. There was a ad some time back. I don't know whether you kids know about it or no. Dar ke aage jeet hai. So they would always say this tagline, dar ke aage jeet hai. So it is always, once you are able to overcome that fear, once you are able to cross over that, there lies the success for you. So you will have to take that plunge. And for that, you have to understand, you are asking how to overcome fear. So now I am asking you, what is the opposite of fear? If fear is on this end, what is at the other end? Confidence, or maybe trust, faith. Do you have faith in yourself? Do you trust yourself? Right? The answer lies there. So once you are able to have faith in yourself, be confident in your skin, you will not be scared. Also, very important here is when you are being honest and committed towards yourself and your purpose. Right? So when you are able to do that, then magic happens. Okay? I hope this helps. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay. Ma'am, are you audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Tell me.
Ma'am, next question from
Yes.
Dashni, third year BSc Chemistry. How to prepare interview resume easily, ma'am?
How to?
Interview resume easily. Interview CV easily, ma'am.
CV. Okay, interview
Yes, ma'am.
CV.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Everything
What
is
are the
available.
important things in his CV? He asking, ma'am. What are the things important
Huh.
in CV?
Yes, yes. I get the question. So, see, it is again, we are trained to focus on what we cannot do. And then we try to compensate that. Don't fall in this trap.
No one said.
Start focusing on what are your strength areas, right? Industries, factories, or the क्या बोलते हैं उसको, recruiters, everybody is looking out for good people, people, not the CV. How are you as a person? Not necessary that your communication skills should be there, not necessary that you should be very, very outgoing and extrovert. See, it is very, very important to understand. Even a introvert person can create a very, very good impression by focusing on the strength areas. In the CV, it is very important to highlight all the things that makes you more human. What happens most of the times is that people are just focusing on the degrees, on the skills, on the the technicalities of the things, and they forget that the recruiter is going through the same things again and again, again and again, again and again. They want to focus. What is general is always past. What stands out is your uniqueness always. So focus and make it a point that in the CV you are mentioning that. What are the social work that you have done? What are the institutes that you have been associated with? What are the services that you have already catered to? What are the different skill sets that you have? What is the highlight of your personality type, which can be beneficial to the industry or the recruiter as a person? That is so very important, and students and applicants usually just overlook that कि इसके बारे में क्या बोलना, like what's there to say in this. Like if you are a good communicator, if you are a good management skills, if you are good at creativity, focusing on that strength area is very important, and highlight that with pride in your CV also, which will make you unique, which you already are, but you don't realize it. Okay. I think I have one more question. What skills
What skills one want to learn apart from the degree to approach a better job?
Absolutely. This is so very important, beta. You have to understand they are not here to recruit you because of your degree. Because your degree, there are 100 more people. Why will they select you? Will be based on your uniqueness. I have seen so many people, so many IITians and so many recruiters. What happens with them is most of the times the ekdam topper bacha, throughout topper, all the 4 years, top gold medalist. But this person is not confident of who he is, and lags behind without any job placement. And जो 10th है, 15th है, 20th है, they are getting good opportunities because they have taken care. So suppose if I am talking of today what we have discussed of different job opportunities, different career options. So I have also discussed and shared what are the skill sets required for a particular career or a particular job. If you didn't pay attention today, go through Google also. You will get whatever prospects or courses you are thinking of. Understand what is the job profile of this person and what are the skill sets required to do this job. And you have to get going with that. There is nothing which is in general. In general, the skill set is you have to learn different life skills. That's what I can say. So life skills include, again, how you are socializing well, how you are confident about yourself, your integrity, how empathetic you are, how creative you are. These are the basic traits, what a recruiter is looking out for, how confident you are in your skin. And for that, if you need to do an image management class session, do it. And for that, if you need some wardrobe changes, do it. For that, if you need some communication skills to be taken care of, to be brushed up, do it. For that, if you need some technological know-how, if you have to understand, see now, if I am a medico and I have to go online and I have to reach out to more and more people, I need to understand that now this job will require more of technical know-how, more of apps ka information. So whatever is required in that job profile, I have to equip myself with that. It is as if you are going on a war front and you don't have enough ammunition, right? So these skills equip you to fight the battle and to win over. So you have to understand there cannot be any general thing. General things are always life skills. But otherwise, the skills which are required to take care of this job and how you can understand that will be based on the job profile. So suppose if you are hoping to go into forensics, so again your visual acuity has to be good, your dealing with different types of apps and different types of situations has to be good. So you have to work on those skills. I hope it helps.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Enough, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Most welcome.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much for your wonderful and valuable suggestions about the career, ma'am. The students are very much interested and listen very carefully because of it is a career guideline, no? That's why, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much. Namaste.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. Let us now second session start. I invite and welcome to our sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good
Thank
morning,
you, sir.
ma'am.
I invite and yes, sir. Good morning, sir. I invite and welcome to our guest for second session, Sir Jamal, founder CEO, SHREE. Thank you, sir. I invite
Most
Ms.
welcome.
Asha Devi, ma'am, give intro about our guest. Ma'am, please.
Yes, I'm audible, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Audible, ma'am. Thank you. Please proceed, ma'am.
Very good morning to all. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. It's my pleasure to introduce the chief guest to the participants. We couldn't have done it without you, sir. He is none other than Mr. Saz Jamal. He's a very young and charming, talented, and also he's a founder of CEO and SHREE. He's a good speaker. He can able to speak about more topics like community, marketing, entrepreneurship, and artificial intelligence. We are very happy to invite you, sir, for this session. Our students are waiting for you. What you are going to address you? Definitely, it will make them to be a good future and bright for them. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the nice introduction.
Thank you.
And very happy and honored here to be talking to students. So, first, I want to understand can we interact with students or it's just a one way broadcast?
Yes, you can, sir. Students are waiting for you.
Okay, great. So, can you see the comments they are doing? So first, I'd like to give some brief background about myself so that all of you can relate. So, like all of you guys, I am also pretty young. I have just graduated recently, and fortunately, I got into entrepreneurship way back early. So that's how I got somewhat a good head start. So I also did chemical engineering, so I can relate to a lot of you guys who are studying chemistry and all the interesting sciences you are studying. So first, I would like to have a good understanding of what you guys are up to right now. So what courses you are studying and which year you are in? Can you type that in the chat so that I have a good understanding of where you guys are right now? So can you guys just share in the years you are in and the courses you are pursuing?
Also, what are the courses are there? So, yeah, chemistry and physics, electronic communication, plant biology and biotechnology, sir, and also math students are attend the program, sir.
All right. So I assume that students cannot interact directly. Is it so?
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. But everyone listens, sir.
Okay. Cool. So can you also let me
If,
know
if,
like
if you are asking any questions, students are post the question through the chat box, sir.
okay, so I can see MS Simon Nathan has shared that he is pursuing BSc chemistry. Cool. So, anyways, let me start with how I get started and what I was doing in all 3 4 years of my college. So, basically, what I believe is very strongly that the 4 years college give you is not just about what you learn in the classes, but also a lot more about what you do after the classes. And what I'll be trying to cover in today's session is most of you, I guess, in the colleges and the education institutions you're part of, they are also very helpful. Professors are very kind when you want to pursue the courses you're studying. For example, if you're studying BSc in chemistry and you want to go for masters in chemistry, or if you want to work as a chemist, then probably you have a lot of kind people around you to guide you how to do that well. However, let's say because it was case with me, so I'm assuming there might be few people out there as well who are studying a particular subject which they are no more interested in for whatsoever reason. And if you are looking to have a different career than what you're studying right now, then it could be very challenging, as you have also may need to manage your academics and also make sure that you're getting other opportunities. Fortunately, with a lot of hard work and a lot of luck, I was able to do that. So I'll be sharing how I got started and what was my story, and I'll be trying to share and drive learnings and experiences out of that so that it may help you guys as well.
Yes, sir, please
So,
proceed, sir.
so when I started in 2018, I had really good scores in J exams, so I got into ICT Mumbai. It's one of the most prestigious institutes in country for studying chemical engineering. Mukesh Ambani sir, Manohar Parikar. I mean, guys who have like managing directors of Pidilite, the company which produces Fevicol, Reliance, Asian Paints. All of them are alumni of the same college which I belong to. So it was like the best college in India for studying chemical engineering. However, and I too was very passionate about it because I really loved studying physics, chemistry, maths. All three were my like favorite subjects. I wanted to be a scientist, so that's why I joined there as well. But within first semester of my engineering, I realized this is not what interests me. This is not something I can do for rest of my life. And after that, I was totally clueless on what to do next. So because I didn't wanted to do chemical engineering, and I was in college where everybody wants to be in chemical engineer, at least a lot of people of them. So I tried to get into different clubs in the college, like a drama club, theater club, different sports teams, and I couldn't make it to any one of them. They were very competitive. My peers were very smart and much more talented than me, much more deserving. So ultimately, I was looking for something else. One good thing which happened to me was in our college, a lot of entrepreneurs used to come to occasionally, you know, inspire students and motivate. Like your college has kindly arranged a session for you guys. Same way, I was getting a lot of speakers, listen to them, listen to their stories, and I was very fascinated by the entrepreneurs who were coming. It was totally phenomenal to see people who at one point of time in their lives used to sit in the same benches we sit, studied from the same professors, the same subjects, and today they are doing phenomenally well in their lives and in their careers. I was too fascinated by that, and I thought probably I should also explore this because, anyways, I wasn't getting into chemical engineering, so maybe I should try something else. So I started attending all kinds of entrepreneurial events all across the Mumbai. This is something good about metro cities like Mumbai, Chennai, etc., where we have a lot of opportunities, a lot of events around startups happening around you every day. So I started attending those events, and the startup ecosystem was very kind and very welcoming. I got to make very good friends. And I realized that this is something which excites me. And probably what I liked about physics, chemistry, maths as well was uh, the challenging problems and solving them, not just studying a lot of theory, which essentially was what was happening with my curriculum. So I started to get some affinity for the entrepreneurship. So I started exploring those venues. So very naively, very stupidly, I thought that maybe I could be an entrepreneur, and I told my father that I want to drop out and start something of my own. And me belonging to a middle class family in 2018, there was no Shark Tank, so people didn't understand what startup is. And my father thought that I've probably in a bad company, and I'm like smoking some different stuff. I'm not sure if that's so whatever. In he didn't agreed. He didn't allowed me. So we had a lot of discussions around that, and he didn't wanted me to uh, stop perceiving chemical engineering as a career. And I was very surprised with that, because so far whatever I wanted to do in my life I was allowed by my parents. And then I figured out that so far I've always been a very good student. I was academically brilliant throughout. I was a school topper. I had my names in the newspaper and all those stuff. So probably they were never worried about me doing anything, because I was anyways scoring good, and good scores are in a society's perception a good metric for success till 12th class at least. And if I now start to pursue entrepreneurship or try to explore different interests, then my academics will get affected. And my parents didn't want it for me that, because they could see that if I graduate from ICT, then I can easily get a good job. ICT has 100% placement records, and half of my batchmates go US for studying abroad. And here was I naively in my first year, uh, trying to leave both the privileges, deciding not to go abroad, deciding not to do a job, and trying something as weird as a startup. So my parents were very against it, and eventually I figured out that it's not about marks anymore. We have grown up. They are concerned if I would be able to make a career out of it. So that's why they were concerned. So I figured out if I can make some money, then probably I'll be able to convince them that I can also make some money in this particular career, and maybe they'll allow me. So I thought of, well, maybe let me start freelancing. I didn't had any skills. I was still in my first year. I mean, how can you have skills in first year? Even till now, I don't have a lot of skills, but back then there was absolutely none. Just that I was a good enough writer. So I thought maybe I can try something with this. So I started sharing whatever I was learning in those startup events, participating in all those competitions on LinkedIn. And fortunately, I caught an eye of David Wexler. He's a serial entrepreneur based in US, who was starting his fourth venture, and he was looking for people to help him. So we got in touch. He asked me what I can do. I told him a lot of blabber. I didn't know what I could do, but I told him that give me a chance, and I'll try to do whatever you ask me to do. I don't know a lot of stuff, but I'm open to learning. So whatever you give me, I'll be open to it. He wasn't convinced, but he was like, I think you are smart enough. So let's probably work for a week. If I think you are good to go, if I think you are adding some value, then we will continue. Otherwise, you have to leave. And I was totally fine with that. So for 1 week, he gave me an assignment. I couldn't do that well. I failed badly. It was a assignment in keyword research. It's part of SEO, sorry, search engine optimization. I'm not sure how many of you guys know about it. I had no clue. I was same like you. So I tried to learn these terms, and by the time I was learning, he said we wanted it in 1 week. It's already been 4 days. We have not able to produce anything, so we have to let it go. So after the end of week, I couldn't do anything. But he said, okay, so you couldn't do this, but I think you're smart enough, so we'll start with that. And I started with $5 per hour. That's what I started earning with him. And over the next 3 4 months, I was terrified every week, because he used to give me assignments, usually in community marketing and all the stuff, because he was building a community of global entrepreneurs. And every time I used to do very bad in assignments, not so good, because I have to learn first whatever he has given me. First, I had to understand what he's trying to tell me. I was also not very good in English speaking. It was very difficult for me to understand what he was saying. So it was terrible first 4 months. I couldn't understand what he wanted me to do, but somehow he kept his faith in me, and we continued. After 4 months, I mean, however, I wasn't able to do projects. I was very good with ideas, as what he says to me now, that you're good with ideas. So he kept me just for the sake of ideas, that I can keep giving him ideas. And although I may not be able to do them, he had a whole team which could do those ideas. So that was, I was just surviving on ideas for first 4 months. Then I did a Facebook marketing campaign for him, and by that time I had learned a lot of stuff in last 4 months, executing a lot of field projects, and that eventually became too good. It was the I mean, it was much better than what he had expected, and even I wasn't expecting such a good response in that campaign. Facebook was a very new territory for them; they had not explored that yet, and that became successful. And after that, a couple more projects became successful. Then I continued to work with them for over 2 years, where I got promoted 2 times. I worked on different roles very closely with David on community marketing, growth, engagement, product management, etc. And I also started to get other clients. So I guess I was 18 and a half years old when I got this Rising Talent badge from Upwork Incorporated, and I was probably the world's youngest freelancer to get it anytime. I think I still today am. So that was a very high point in my life. I then joined another fintech startup in India to help them with their community. That was again a mutual funds app where they were targeting tier 2 and tier 3 cities in southern parts of the India. Like we were targeting states like Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, etc. So it was very difficult to penetrate into these markets because you guys may have heard of chit funds. So a lot of people used to invest in chit funds and not mutual funds. So when we did market research, we realized people are not aware about personal finance. How will they invest in mutual funds? So we decided to do personal finance micro concepts on chatbots via WhatsApp groups. So that was another community project we did. Within 3 months, the asset under management of the company grew twice to, I guess, more than 2 crores in Indian rupees. And it was a super successful, super viral campaign which we did. So that made me overconfident. I thought what I'm doing for them I can do for myself as well. So me and my best friend who was also working in that startup, we decided that we'll start on our own. So we thought we'll sell the same personal finance courses. However, I told this idea to my college, my institution. So a dean of innovation at my institution was very kind and very uh, impressed with me because I've been very entrepreneurial since first year. I used to do all this stuff. So she told me that at that time pandemic has recently broke. She told me to, why don't I build an app for education, like an app from where teachers can teach students. And I thought probably that's a better idea because this is coming from someone very senior. So we started working on that, and I was too terrible at it. We hired first 2 developers, and I couldn't manage those. I used to go to a mentor and ask him, I cannot manage 2 developers. What should I do? I cannot manage sales team. What should I do? How should I set sales targets? And he used to be very kind with me and explain me how I can do all the stuff, the best practices, the kind of mistakes I'm making, and what should I do. And so slowly and steadily we made some progress. I also learned along the way. We got pre-incubated at IIT Madras. There we learned a lot of things like market research and identifying what are the right problems to solve as an entrepreneur. And after a while of doing market research on the idea we were building, it was, if you think of it, it was like a teaching app from which teachers can teach students online. So after a while, we realized that this is not a big problem because after the schools will open offline, teachers will again go back to teaching students in classrooms. And we were too sad to hear this. By this time, we already had raised an angel round, and that too is a very good story. Like raising funds from like a serial entrepreneur based in Malaysia in your third year is, I think, too inspiring for me till now. So that was too good, but we couldn't get conviction on that this is the thing we want to do. So with a very heavy heart, I had to talk it out to everyone in the team. By that time, I was running a 25 people company. There was so much expectations and so many people who have betted their careers on what we were doing, and somehow we realized that this is not what we can do. This won't, the business won't be viable when schools again go offline, and it's not a good thing to do right now. So on 6th December 2020, we had a board meeting where I presented the board two different paths. One is, if we can continue down the same path, we can continue to build the products we're building, but it will require much more investments than before, because there are a lot of competitors who have better products than us. And second was, the market is shrinking, so the risk is more, the reward is less. And other possible solution was, if we can pivot to something else, like shut down operations of the current venture and focus on something entirely new. So we decided to go down the second path. Investors were very kind with me. My teammates were very understanding and kind. We helped them find other jobs as well. So after that, that ended my first venture. I was too terrified. I didn't know if I wanted to be an entrepreneur again. So I was exploring different things what I can do with my life. I was still in final year of my college. Then a friend of mine told me that we can start, because he himself was a student entrepreneur. So we decided to start cohort-based courses for student entrepreneurs, and that was a small profitable bootstrap business that we run for, I guess, a few months. And then I was invited by uh, a very prominent angel investor in Mumbai to run his community tech startup as an co-founder and CEO. So I joined them. I was supposed to lead product sales and fundraising, and everything was going well. We had a very good product. We had a very good sales pipeline. However, what I realized was, it was very difficult to get engagements on the product. Like users were not using the product, and that's a very big problem. So I decided to get deep into that. I again started with market research, trying to understand why users are using or not using the product. And I realized users don't want to use the product because they don't care. It was a product for communities, and a lot of people join communities for the sake of meeting new people, getting answers on the questions they like, and different things. Nobody like, if one of your WhatsApp group admins of one of your groups tells you that we have a different app for this particular group, it has better features than WhatsApp, it looks much more cooler than WhatsApp. So nobody of you, I think, will be willing to join that app and log in every day and leave WhatsApp for that. That was a problem with our app as well. Nobody wanted to join our app and leave WhatsApp and other apps. So I couldn't build conviction that we are solving it the right way. My co-founders at that startup were very senior to me, and they didn't agree with me, and I couldn't agree with them. So I thought it's better if I quit. So I quit there. I came back to my hometown, and I thought that probably I should give a last shot at building a company, and let's see where it goes. So we again started with another startup. So I started talking to a lot of community marketers and professionals to understand the kinds of problems they're facing. We understood the challenges they're facing. I guess so far we've spoken to around 300 of them to understand what we can do the best for them. And in that journey, we realized the problems we should be solving. And somehow right now, all those insights, all those interviews with customers, all those researches were there, experiments were there. And right now we are building a world's first community marketing app. It's backed by startup programs by Google, by Deshpande Foundation, by Riddle, and now we are willing and now we are raising funds from various Indian and Japanese investors, and all of that had happened within a span of last 7 to 8 months since we started this company. So right now we are on a very good trajectory, and things have been paying off for me well. We are working on some of the best technologies. We are using AI chatbots to engage communities, to understand user behavior, and all of this has just happened in the way I just told you, with a lot of ups and downs and a lot of learnings along the way. And somehow I think I've been able to build a career which has nothing to do with what I studied in 4 years of my college. And I still respect what I learned in my college. And if you guys have any questions, I'll be happy to answer. So the floor is open. Please ask any questions you have. I'll be happy to answer them.
Yes, sir. So one of them asking, which age you fix your goal? Maybe it is started from the classroom or from the friends or from the parent. Which age you fix your goals, sir?
I didn't understand. So are you asking like which age group should you start a startup in?
Yes, sir.
It's a conference call, sir. That's why it's not possible to chat.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I cannot hear you properly. You
Sir, which age you fix your goal? Maybe it
okay?
starts from the classroom or from the friends or from the parent. Your goal, when you fix your goals, sir?
I fixed that I wanted to be an entrepreneur, I guess, when I was 17 and a half. And right now I'm about to turn 22, so it's 4.5 years approx.
Yes, sir. Second one, without investment possible to start the mid-scale business, sir, maximum comes from the rural area. That's why. Very poor family background. Without the investment possible to start the mid-scale business.
I would say different businesses have different requirements of how you want to get started. And it also has a lot of things with how experienced, how smart, and how well networked you are. For example, the first time I was trying to build a startup, we spent a lot of money, of course, investors' money. We didn't had enough to build the startup, and we still couldn't find any success. This time we had very little money left because I had blown up all my savings in my last startup, but still we were able to make a very good startup because we had all the learnings. So if you want to start a business, I would recommend that first you get some experience at a good place. Probably if you have a family business, you can work there for some time. You can work with other startups, any place where you can get the required skills. I mean, and entry level jobs, I don't think can do justice to that. For example, if you're working as a chemist at some place, or if you're working at entry level or at any place at any big corporation, then you'll be doing a specific task for most of your job, and that won't help you prepare for entrepreneurship. If you actually want to learn entrepreneurship, better is you have a role where you have to do multiple things. You have exposure to multiple tasks which you have to do in a day-to-day life as an entrepreneur. So that will help you get a better understanding. And in terms of capital investment, I think a lot of software businesses are slightly cost effective to start because you don't need a lot of inventory. And if you have a good friend who's a software engineer, otherwise software engineers are too expensive to hire. And if you're running a typical business like a retail store where you outsource something from where you purchase goods in bulk from a wholesaler and sell them to the end consumer, or if you are anywhere in that supply chain, then I think capital requirement initially could be 10 to 15 lakhs, and from there you can scale onwards. So I think capital requirements I cannot comment on very generally. They vary a lot based on the kind of business you're starting in and at what scale you want to start. However, right now it's very much possible that you can start with almost zero investments. There are a lot of drop shipping businesses available. There are a lot of online tools available which can do a lot of work for you for free. There are a lot of AI tools which have come up, like the one which we have built. So you can use these tools and get started business with very little cost. And as you may start to make money from the business, then you can continue to reinvest in the business, and then you can grow and have better tools, a better team, and better opportunities to scale.
Yes, sir. Thank you. from second BSc Chemistry, first BSc Chemistry, Praveen Kumar asking, please give any tips to shine our chemistry field. How to do good entrepreneur in future? How to achieve a good
So,
entrepreneur in future?
so first is I would say I'm very young to tell you all of the good advices, but I can share you what worked for me or what I think worked for me. I think first thing you need to do is have a very good mindset and be very humble and kind towards everybody, because as an entrepreneur you can never ever be a self-made person. A lot of people have contributions to a journey. Your teammates, your investors, your family, your parents, your friends, everybody has a role in shaping you up. So first have a mindset where you are very kind and humble towards everyone, and very honestly and very genuinely I believe that there can be a lot of people who are smarter than you, much more talented than you, sharper than you, but if you're kind with people around you, if you're kind with the world will be kind to you, people will be kind to you, and they will help you succeed. So help others succeed and they will help you succeed. That's the best thing. I think that's the best advice I can ever give anyone who wants to start a startup. And the next set of advices is very reasonable. Learn the skills you want to have, build a good team, be very very careful about the people you work with, be very careful about the market you want to get into, the products you want to build. Be very very sure that whatever you're trying to build is required by products. You can uh, learn to how to build products, learn how to sell them, if not learn how to build a team. So all of these are very reasonable advices. You can find them on internet. You can learn these different skills from various courses online or from other entrepreneurs or from other friends and family. But be kind and humble. That will actually help you a lot whenever you are getting started.
The next one, sir.
Hmm.
What skill must to chemical field? Maybe in a practical or in a theoretical skill. What skill must in a chemical field? Maybe in a classroom practical or a theoretical skill.
So let me understand this. Is it like what skills should we learn?
Sir,
Yes. I'm sorry, I
so
couldn't
once again,
understand.
what skill must in a chemical field? Maybe in a practical classroom practical in a chemistry laboratory or in a theoretical field subject or something.
So, are you asking me skills required for like being a better chemist, something like that? I'm not able to understand question. I'm really sorry.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The other one asking, sir, any articles or YouTube are suggested to become a good entrepreneur in your future? Any articles
Any
or YouTube links?
articles on YouTube? All right. So there are a lot of things, a lot of courses, articles, blogs available online. I would let me think. If you're just getting started, I think there's a course by Startup India, which you can enroll for. It's for free, where very good entrepreneurs and entrepreneur coaches teach you about how to get started. And if you are at somewhere intermediate in your journey, then I would recommend studying journals like Harvard Business Review, MIT Review, MIT Sloan Review. So these are some of the very good journals. They write very good articles and case studies about entrepreneurship, marketing, sales, etc. So if you're just getting started, try to have your hands on a much more beginner level course like the one offered by Startup India. And if you are slightly ahead in your journey, then probably try hands on journals by leading business schools in the world like Harvard, MIT, etc.
Yes, sir. Enough, sir. Thank you, sir. We are very much admire, really. Very young age, you are actually a good place, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Very wonderful question answer session, sir. So please
Thank you
wait.
so much. Most
Thank you,
welcome.
sir. Please wait. Ah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Great talking to all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Very good noon to all. It is my pleasure to deliver a vote of thanks in the wonderful occasion. I express my deep sense of gratitude to the management for permitting to conduct this 5 days internship virtual webinar on chemistry 2023. I would like to take this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Anita Sharma, Career Counselor, Mumbai, and Mr. Saad Jamal, Institute of Chemical Technology, Uttarakhand, who graced us with their presence and made this event a memorable one. Their presentation were insightful, informative, and inspiring. We are grateful to our esteemed speakers for sharing their knowledge and expertise with us and for taking the time to prepare and present such informative and engaging sessions. Your contribution will provide valuable insight and inspiration to all of us. We look forward to having more opportunities to collaborate with you in the future. Thank you, sir, and thank you, ma'am. I would like to thank our principal, Dr. N. Sujata, ma'am, for her constant support, guidance, and encouragement to motivate us to strive for excellence and achieve our full potential. I am glad to thank our system manager and Mr. Balaji, sir, for giving wonderful technical support. My immense pleasure to thank our Chief Head Department of Chemistry, Dr. G.P. Bhavani, ma'am, for arranging this wonderful webinar and her moral support and gratitude. I am happy to express thanks to our colleague for the support to proceed this webinar in successful manner. Finally, I would like to express my gratitude to all the participants and students for their active participation. Your insightful questions and comments made the webinar a dynamic and interactive experience. We hope that you found the webinar informative and that will be beneficial for your future endeavors. Once again, thank you to all who made this webinar a success. We look forward to seeing you in our future events. Thank you and have a great day. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Please, participants, please wait. Link will be shared within your seconds. Please wait. All the participants, please wait. We will share the link. We will share the feedback form also. Thank you. Please wait. Chat box the feedback link. Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.